Good morning, dear students. Myself, Miss Deepthi from Dips Karolbagh. Today, we are going to continue the reading of History Chapter A, Education and British Rule. In previous lecture, we have discussed the education in India, and in today's lecture, we are going to read about the Western education in India. So, British also needed educated Indians in administration. Probably they thought it would reduce the administrative cost and it would help in courts to deal with case, and it would glorify the British also. So British have their own motto behind this, that to giving education in English, that they want that some translators should be there who can help them to understand what the other person is saying, whether it is the administration, whether it is in the judiciary, whether it is your police department, your army department was there. So everywhere they need such person that who can understand English and as well as Hindi and in other languages of India, that they can being a translator should be there, and it will help them. And moreover, they want that if a person is there who can do the English administrative work also, so this will reduce the their giving money salaries to the British. Whenever they are calling a person from the Britain, they have to give them a huge salary, whereas if any Indian is there, he will work less than half of this salary, so it will reduce their investment in the on the salary also. So they have thought regarding this also. Since the British faced pursuits from Indians and to spread education, they opened schools and used English as a medium of instruction. First government-aided educational institute was the Calcutta Madrasa, which was set up by Warren Hastings in 1781, and in 1791, Sanskrit College was set up in Banaras. In 1801, the Fort William College was established. So, within 11 years, the three main universities of the in India were opened. First was the Calcutta Madrasa in 1781. Second was in 1791 Sanskrit College, and in 1801 Fort William College was established in India for providing education to India. So now the question is, how did the British entitle the need of education? How they feel that in education, Indians need education. The Charter Act in 1813 made the provision to encouraging Indians to study the modern science in India. The Act made East India Company set aside a sum of rupees 1 lakh for the purpose of education. Charter Act was made, and according to this Act, East India Company has to spend 1 lakh rupees for providing education to Indians. However, the amount was not utilized until two groups emerged, different views and the content and the medium of the instruction. They were the Anglicists and the Orientalists. But unfortunately, the British East India Company was not able to use this money because there was two groups formed. One was in favor of English medium and other was in favor of vernacular language or traditional learning system in India. So Anglistic was the person who were instead of being used the English medium instruction, and team was led by the Lord Mackinlay. Lord Mackinlay was the person who was leading the team of Anglistic, who want that education, the medium of instruction in education should be in English, whereas Orientalist, which in which H.T. Prinsep supported the traditional learning system and used the vernacular languages for the instruction in India. So finally, Anglistic views were accepted, and Lord Mackinlay's minute, in which became the base of the 1835 Act, passing during the period of William became After the act, English education was formally introduced in India. In 1844, a law was passed which restricted the government job only to those who had knowledge of English. So here onwards, the English education, medium of education was become English in India, and in 1844 it was made compulsory that if anybody wants to get the government job, he should have the knowledge of English. Next milestone in India in education was the Wood Dispatch in 1854. Wood Dispatch is also called Magna Carta. It is the of the Indian education. Lord Wood sent two recommendation to Lord Dalhousie in India. In year 1854, it was following recommendations. Number 1, set up the education department in India. Number 2, private schools and colleges were to be received grant from the government. Number 3, universities were established at Madras, Bombay and Calcutta, and Indian educational science was to be introduced, which could create recruit teachers for government institution all over India. Number 4, there should be at least one government school in each district. Next, the Western education to be supported in India. The local language also be taught along with the regional languages. So the Wood Dispatch has given this in recommendation to Lord Dalhousie that that these steps should be taken to encourage education in India, and he has also told to start an universities in Kolkata, Madras and Bombay to elaborate education in India. So British also set up many commissions like Hunter Commission to support the cause of the modern education. However, the general purpose was to educate Indian in order to have some clerical staff to work for their company instead of importing Englishmen from England. As I have told you previously, that the main motto behind the Britishers to bring a English medium as the medium of instruction in the schools or colleges was to have a clerical staff which can do their work in English, whereas if they are bringing their clerical staff from Britain, it costs a huge amount. So this was the main purpose for which the British want that education, the medium of education should be in English. The defects of modern education. There were certain major defects in the education system under the British. These are the following. Number 1, there are hardly any primary schools. Even the ones that existed do not have funds. Mass education were neglected. Number 2, they educated only the upper class people, which with a belief that the handful people will then educate the mass. Number 3, the girls were not educated. Science and technical educations were not given to any importance. In the beginning of 20th century, 4 out of 5 villages did not have primary school. The majority of children lacked education. Number 4, Indians become familiar with the writing of philosophers like Rousseau and Voltaire, which brought about the national feeling among the people. However, the British tried to control the education in order to prevent the spread of patriotism among the Indians. So these are the main defect of modern education in India. So in next lecture we are going to discuss about the impact and creation of leaders of education and other topics. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay healthy.